Hey, welcome back to the Crafty Nook. So, I have finished my sewing journal and I need a new me journal, a new little creative place for me. And I have been holding on to this. This was a Reader's Digest cover. The book, I don't even know where the book has gone to, but I'm pretty sure when I got here at home, I took it right off. It was falling off anyway. And so I think that this is the cover I want to use. And I've already started pulling some paper and then thought, well, heck, I better bring y'all along. So here's our inspiration. I'm just going to sit it here to the side so I can see what's going on while I pick some papers. So I think this matches quite well. And I have an idea for something for that. Also have this, which I think is a perfect match. This as well. The blue side is nice and it does match, but I did pick it for the green. I think this one could be quite lovely as well. It's not double-sided, but that's okay. Neither is the frames. This one is also not double-sided, but I think it'll work. In my personal journals, I like a white page every now and then. And then this one is almost a perfect fit. And then I have these two paper pads that I thought I could pull some stuff out of. And then also, before we move too far from that, I have these vintage, well, this one's not vintage, this is Tim Holtz, and I think I can make a really good size something out of this. And then this is vintage. I didn't realize it had grease stains on it, but I think that's okay. Then I have this. This might be part of this book. I don't know. Let me see. Yep, this is part of the original book. Then I have this and this. And this is almost an exact fit. And then I did pull this, but I just don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I might pull some of these pages out. There was one that I really liked. Where was it? That I like. And then, where is it? This. Oh, this one. Yeah, I love that. And I think it would be nice in this way. So I'm going to mark that actually. Okay, and then let's see if there's anything in these paper pads that I feel like I need. I do like this side. Ooh, that's really nice. What's on this side of it? Ooh, that's a lot of gold. I love those typewriters. I might pull that out. This is not something that I'm super in love with, but it does kind of go with that, so I'm going to pull it because I really like that other side. Love that. Yes. I need to remember that I have that. I'm going to pull it out for decor, which I do really like to decorate my journal for my personal use as I go. When I'm making a journal for like a swap or to put in Etsy, when I was doing Etsy, which I'm trying to open my store back up. We'll see. I didn't know it had this. I could have used that for that sewing journal. I might pull one of these just for decoration. Now, I guess we'll see if I pulled too many that don't match. Oh, that is just lovely. Okay, yes. And I think it matches okay. Let's the same color green, and I love that. Okay, yes. Don't need all of the same. You don't need all the same, Michelle. Is that the same blue? No, not quite. Don't really want to introduce that bright yellow. So the rest of these may be a no-go. It's not quite the same blue I need. Okay, so there's that. I guess I should probably tell you what kind of journal we're doing, since I've been pulling all these papers. You guys don't even know. Oh, that might be enough. Who knows? Let me show you. Don't leave. I just gotta grab it. So I went through my stash, looking at all of my journals. Let me pull them all that I have worked in. This is everything except my traveler's notebooks, which I do have a few of those finished. This is too heavy to lay on there. This is my journal from last year. I have not finished it. That's what that stack of stuff is that I just pulled out. And so this is a Smashbook inspired journal, which if you've never seen a Smashbook, I have one here. This is my honey journal, and I only have things in the corners, but this is a Smashbook. It was made by K & Company, and it is just like tons of scrapbook paper with a spiral bound and a chipboard cover. So K & Company. I have another one that is a Grand Canyon strip in it, and I love it. These I think are easier. They kind of take the stress out, and I really hate binding a journal. And so this is in the works, but like I'm able to bind in ephemera from things and bags from my life, which we're going to look at next, and then just all kinds of different goodies. And so when you have a white page, I can cover it up easy. And so this is one of my favorite journals. And so I am fixing to make another one, because I have this one. This one's my mixed, like, artsy kind of journal. Like, this was my junk journal July from last year, from 23. And I just kind of, when I'm feeling like I want to do some artsy type stuff, I pop in here. Because, you know, I didn't finish it. I started this for Messy May. Ooh, that's stuck. I love this page. And then I tried to do something fun here, but it did not really work. So I gave up. And I haven't done anything else, but I think this will be my mixed media type journal. This one is from 2020, right before COVID hit. And because things have been kind of terrible, I haven't made it any further. COVID started. Looks like I get real crafty in March, and then it disappears. I was doing my own nails. We went out to eat. This was before COVID, I think. Yeah, no, this was March of 21. Yeah, I get real crafty in March. So, lots of goodies inside here, but it's also not finished. This was my COVID journal when we got COVID. Had fever. And so my kids got COVID first, and I was home taking care of them, and thought, well, I'll just pop in here and do some stuff. And then I got COVID and got pretty sick. So this one's not finished either. And then this is a work in progress for Itsy. So I am going to make me another Smashbook inspired journal. And I think I'm getting close to having enough papers with this stack. And then let's dig through my ephemera from my life. Oh, so stand by. Okay, this is a basket full of ephemera. I also found this. I think I want to put this in the journal. Okay, so these are little ephemeras. But I think something like these might be nice to stick in there. Okay, let's see what's in here. Ooh, I feel like I'm fixing to sneeze. Sorry, excuse me. Ooh. Those are cute. I don't remember buying them. Lottery ticket. And then a bag. Ooh, there's something else in here. Oh, from the Dallas World Aquarium. I need to keep that. How do I feel about this bag? It's a little bit tall. I'll think about it. This is a stack of maybes as well that I might could bind in. Then I have a bunch of cards because I just graduated with their envelopes. Are these going to be too big? A little bit. Okay, what's in this bag? So I'm going to go with a no for those. Let's see what's in here. Okay, glasses from the eclipse and a sticker from when I went to the beach recently. And then some paper. Okay, I also cleaned out my garage and found a bunch of stuff. Oh, this is Dakota's Christmas list last year. I'll put that in my Christmas journal. What is this? Another graduation card. It's too big. I love this. This came from our realtor when we bought our house. I also cleaned off the fridge. So I might put that in. This one I found when we were cleaning out the garage, and it's got a little love note from Danielle's mom before she passed away. It says, "Falling in love with you. You're my third daughter. Love ya, Rose." I think I'm going to bind it in there. Then I have this and this from my daughters. We went to see SpongeBob on Mother's Day from my piggy cage. These are from Galveston when we went. I might stick one of them in. I could just trim that little piece off and stick that in. I like the vibe of that one. This is from my doctoral hood. What is this? Oh, that's different. That's my grandmother's MRI or PET scan. A ribbon. This is a map from when we went to Galveston. I don't think I want to use that. This is from my graduation. I might stick that in there. This is from one of my coworkers, and I love it a lot, but I think it's too big. Yeah. I might have to make me a different journal, like a big journal for all of my doctoring stuff. This is from my kiddo for Mother's Day. And these were on our fridge in our old house that we found. My daughter had drawn. I'm gonna have to put those in something. Some photos I printed when I ordered my regalia. Here's the map from Galveston. I think it'll be too big. Yeah, we'll use that for something else. More stuff from my regalia. Probably has my address on it. Graduation. These graduation gifts are wrapped in. This is stuff from a conference. I don't think that's it. Ooh, and then this is stuff. I might have to make me a graduation journal. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do is I'll make me a separate, because I have all kinds of ephemera in here that I have taken, spirited away from my journal. So I think I'll make me a separate graduation journal. That's exciting. So I've got a few things pulled out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's what we have so far. I'm gonna put that to the side for now. Let me sit down because my back kind of hurts. So I'm probably gonna have to finish this tomorrow, but so far we have this that I'm gonna bind in, and this I'm gonna trim it down so I can bind it in. This and this. I have this paper sack that I think I can probably, I don't know. I'm wondering if I shouldn't make a bigger journal now. Let me think about it. And then I have this, which I'm going to have to cut down if I don't use that. I have something out of that I'm not 100% sure on yet. And then these. And then I have these papers. Ooh, I didn't realize that was on the other side of that. It's blank. Start making a line. That's not getting bound in. Neither is this one. I really like that side. See how all of this looks together. And then I'll decide about my cover. Because I can always, I have plenty of other cover options. I have a black one actually that I could cover and it would be big enough. Cats. Can't go wrong with some cats. And then a paper sack, which I have another paper sack I can always use. And then oh, I love this vibe. Does it go? I think I need a different cover. Okay, let me find a different cover. Okay, I have a couple of options. So here's my predicament. This is going to end up, I can either keep this and just make it work. And I can do that one of two ways. Either bind it straight here and make it coil bound, or I can give it a spine and hide the spine, hide the coil like I did in the other one. Or, let me see. This is almost the right size, and I could completely cover it and use it, because I think this is the same size as the other book. And then I have this one. I could cover this with some fabric and it would probably be fine. Or I have this one, but the spine's too little, so I'm gonna have to make a spine. And I don't know what to do. So I think what I'm gonna do is nothing, and I'm gonna come back to this later while I think about it. I do really like the yellow. And I could add a floral fabric or a piece of really nice paper and do something like this on the spine. And then use this journal for a me journal because I'm on a weight loss journey. I'm gonna do that. Look, I didn't even have to go off camera. And I'm gonna use the yellow. I'm just gonna do it because I think it matches very well everything here. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let me find some fabric because I am gonna need to make a bigger spine. Let me find some fabric. Okay, so I have these three options. This one is option number 1. Let me move these. And I think part of me feels like this one is my favorite, but the yellow is not quite. Well, yeah, I think this one would work because it's just gonna be on the spine, like, and maybe on the inside. And then I do feel like I wonder if it should have a smaller pattern if it's gonna be on the spine. Then I have this one, which also I feel like works very well. It might work better for the spine. This I got in a recent haul, which I'll link. And then there's this one that also was in that recent haul. And I just don't know that this really goes that well with everything else, because there's really not any red. I think I'm going to go with this one. I really thought it was going to be this one. Maybe I'll put this on the inside cover. Do those go together enough? I just really love this. I think I would use it for both. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these up. And then, before I do that, actually, while I have all this out, I have some more paper I want to look through. I got this new 6x6 pad. I'll also link that haul. I don't know if there's anything in here, but ooh, I like that. And there's not a lot of yellow in these papers that I've pulled, so I think that would be nice. I think it starts repeating. I feel like I want to pull another 6x6. Let's see what else I have in these. These are Maggie Holmes or crepe paper. I feel like I have more, but I guess I don't. I think the rest of mine are loose. Ooh, that's nice. Let me see if there's something else that just tickles my fancy. I do really love the Garden Party. I wish that was the vibe because I think that'd make a great opening page. I'm going to pull it just in case it does become the vibe, and this one for sure is. And I think it's a great complement to the small yellow that I just pulled. And then these are all birthday. We haven't had a birthday. Because I think this black is a good contrast and the florals aren't crazy. I'm going to put it in there. I don't know if I'll use it, but I'm going to put it in there. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's look through this one. These are very bright. Not really the right tones. Okay, I'll just pull the one. My other things of 6x6 are not gonna match, I don't think. Okay, so I think that's a good place to start. So I guess next I'm gonna make us a spine and cut all these papers down, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I have not done a whole lot. It is the next day. I have a stack over here of pages that for sure need to get cut down, that are kind of on the smaller side, but I for sure need to cut them down. This is a piece of wallpaper I pulled out of my stash, and I think it matches the vibe pretty well. I would like to turn this into a pocket, like a full page pocket. But I'm going to need to trim it down to 10.5 by, where's my page? My desk is a disaster. By 8 7/8. So I wanted to kind of show you, where's my pencil, how I plan to measure these pages, because when you're not doing a spiral bound, you would just measure the size of the cover and give yourself a little wiggle room. But with the coil, you have to account for the coil in the spine. So I kind of stick that in there and then measure about 1/4 of an inch into the spine to the edge of the book. So that gives me about 5 1/4, which I think is what I have. Yeah, 5 1/4, and then this is 8 7/8. And so I have a piece of coil that I use to help me measure. This is also going to help me decide how big I need the spine. And I think I need at least a 1-inch spine. So let me show you what else I have pulled. Oh wait, I dug through my stash and I found these. I found some Planner Society things that I've been holding on to for some reason. I don't know why, but it had these sticky notes. I was just going to throw them away, but they'll work perfectly for this kind of stuff. So let's see. Let me put this back under here. I pulled out a couple of magazine pages because I really like to have them and I think they match the vibe. Then I pulled out this piece of paper out of a paper pad that I had. I think this is the Michael's version of the Maggie Holmes Heritage or something like that. So I've got that. Then I pulled out a couple of Tim Holtz worn wallpapers that I think kind of match. I think this is going to look lovely. Yeah. This page is going to be what holds the coil part to the book. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, let me get all my junk out of this one. So if you look here, let me see if you can see. Okay, so if you look here, the coil part needs a way to go into the book. And it's not like a hidden spine that you're sewing the signatures into. This needs something that attaches to the book. So you need a piece of paper or fabric or something here. In this case, I used a piece of paper. And for this one, I'm also going to use a piece of paper. Do y'all remember when I was pulling papers and I was like, man, the back of that is so good, but the front has all this foil? Well, I'm going to use this because I think I'm going to use fabric to line the spine. And I think I'm going to also use fabric for the inside covers. And so I think that looks very nice together. So this is going to be my spine piece. Okay. Then I pulled out a couple of small envelopes. I don't know if I'm going to use them, but they're coffee dyed. Then I pulled out some coffee dyed pages. I think there's 4 or 5 here. This was in my stash. I pulled it. I thought it would kind of look nice in there. And then I pulled out a piece of music paper. I did pull this piece of paper. And then the last thing I got was a couple of page protectors because I thought these would make really nice additions. I can bind them in. And then I pulled a pocket just in case I want to do a sticky pocket. So for real this time, what I'm going to do is cut these down and make me a spine. I don't know if all of these pages are going to fit. I'm going to kind of count what I have in this other book over here and see where I'm at. But I'm super excited. So I'm going to cut the spine, show you what that looks like, cut these pages down, and then we'll get this book put together. Okay, so I have this. It's 1.5 millimeter thick chipboard that I ordered off of Temu. I have never ordered or used it before, but we're about to use it today. So I need this to measure the same height as this. So I'm going to have to do it this way. And I just want to make sure, oh, where's my pencil, that it lines up exactly. Okay, so let's trim that there. And let's line this up exactly. I got my glass mat out. Okay, line that up exactly. Hold on. I'm not usually one who makes my own spines. So 8 7/8. Is this not square? Something's funky. I'm gonna line this up. Okay, that was a little bit more of a struggle than I expected, but we're okay. Okay, so I have just measured a piece of fabric to go about how far I wanted it to go on the cover, and I am just eyeballing, giving myself a little bit of room because this needs to open and close. Nothing crazy. And then I want it to be even. Is it too long? I might have to trim a little bit off at this end. Let me see if I can do that with my scissors. Because I just need like, oh yeah, the tiniest bit. So I have this tool that I got from Temu, and I don't really know how to use it, but I think this piece here is supposed to be what you measure in between. Okay, that's even now. To kind of give you an even space. Okay, that's even. I am going to use Fabri-Tac and my silicone brush to try to get the best coverage. I'm just going to sucking in. Okay. Just evening it out, hoping that the Fabri-Tac doesn't seep through. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to use this tool? Just seems like a lot of extra room. I don't think I want that much room. Okay. Let's see. I need... I think that much would work. And so I want to go to here with the glue. Let's make sure I can see that on this side. I don't know if it's even, but we're gonna go with it. And hope that it doesn't absorb like it did with the spine piece. think what happened is I cut this piece uneven. And so it's looking a little funky. Sorry about the dogs. Look how nice that looks already. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so this is the front. And now I just need to get this part covered. If I'd have thought about it, I would have covered that with something. Or painted it or something. All these animals are off the chain today. I think it's the weather. Texas weather has been so crazy. I don't know if any of you guys are from Texas, and I hope that you're all safe. But this weather has been crazy. I mean, Texas weather is always crazy. But it's been like thunderstorming and tornadoing and everything these last couple of weeks. I don't know how I feel about that. But it's just gonna have to work. I'm sure that it will be fine because it looks too darn cute. Okay. I think that did a pretty good job of staying even, which I'm surprised. I normally get it a tiny bit wonky. So I'm going to let this dry, and for real this time I'm going to cut out my papers, but I need to let this dry. So I'll be okay. I have everything cut down and ready to cinch, except for my end paper, which I will do in a minute. This is what we've got. These are all the pieces that are going inside. I almost feel like I should have cut more. I don't know. I have all of the offcuts in this bag because when I am creating in it, I can use those pieces and it'll keep it cohesive. I will also add these to cut aparts when I cut them apart. So let's pick a coil color. This is kind of dirty because it lives in the floor under a cart. So let's see, let me bring the cover over here. Hold on. I have the blue. Shoot, I think that might be the color because the only other one I have is a pink and a white. And I don't think pink is it. I think I'm just gonna go with the blue. I do have a yellow gold, but I think that's, yeah, we're gonna go with the blue. Because the other colors I have are black, red, royal blue, hot pink, teal, and white. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with the blue. Okay. And then I need to figure this out and pull my cinch out. So I'm gonna just follow the instructions on my cinch. This is the mini. I got it for my birthday last year, and it really is one of my favorite tools. Did I get it last year or year before? I have not emptied it since Christmas, as you can tell. I don't remember if I got it last year or year before, but it was on sale, and I have never had the big one, so I don't know what I'm missing, but so I might be missing something, but I feel like this one does everything that I need it to do. However, don't use it every day, and so I need to get the instructions out to work it. So I'm gonna follow the instructions that come in this, on how to get my paper cinched, and I shall return with cinched papers. I'm also going to measure this out, and I'll give you that when I come back. Okay, so I measured this for the length, so 8 7/8. Then I folded, I accidentally cut it wrong, so this is an 8 by 8 7/8 piece. So I folded in half, which is 4 1/4. And then I am going to give myself a little bit of a M shape, which is about 1/2 inch maybe, however far this is. I don't think that's even, is that half? Yeah, so 1/2 inch, and I'm gonna score it. Oops. We're not looking for an exact science here. We're just trying to, okay. So now we have an M, and I might have done this backwards, and I did. So you want to fold it with the back part facing out, because, oh, maybe not. Yeah, so this will sit inside here about like that, and the coil will be attached to that. Okay. So now I'm gonna cinch. Okay, I've got everything cut down and cinched, and I only have a few minutes before I gotta go to bed. I gotta be up super early in the morning. So I've made some piles of my different pages and checked to make sure they all punch. This one did not punch right, but I do really like that. So I think I'm gonna save that off to the side. I used my cutters to trim down my coil. This is what's left. And I have full-size scrapbook paper. I have smaller scrapbook weight paper. I have all of the ephemera. I have 2 pocket bag thingamajigs, and then I have the magazine type paper. And I need to figure out what I want my first page to be before I go any further. I kind of like that one. Let's see. This one's nice too. So I have these four. Let's see which one looks the best with this, and I dropped my piece. It's this and this. I do like that a lot. So there's that one. These are two similar. I like that one. Ooh, and I like that one. Okay, it took me a long time, but I think I'm going to go with this one. I do really like it, and I have a good idea for it. And then do I want to put something in front of it? Something small? No. Okay. So let's bring this over here. So that's the first page. And then what do we want to do? And then maybe we'll just start doing these based on how they kind of fit with each other. I have these. Dang. Need to go back. Add the rest of those in. Want, let's see, let's trade out one of these big pieces for a small piece, and then let's figure out where these are gonna fit. Where's the typewriter page? 2 more. There. Okay, this is how it's gonna go. So I think I'm gonna thread it on this way. I think I cut one too many, so I'm just gonna thread these. Okay, I have it all cinched, and let me stick it in here for you. So this will go just like that in the book, and then this will go there. I will probably make that a pocket, a fabric pocket right there. And so this is the book. I need to trim that down, but I kind of want to fold it. And then this opens out. And then this again will be a pocket. And that's that. So what'll happen is this gets glued to the sides like that. And then I got myself a homemade smash book. I think I'm gonna end it here. I'll do a flip through once I've decorated some and got it looking a little bit better, and once I figure out the cover. But it's past my bedtime. I have clinical in the morning, so I'm gonna pick up my mess and go to bed. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to the Crafty Nook. Excuse me. I finally finished this. This is the Smashbook inspired journal I'm working on as my new personal journal. The video before this is probably me making this, but if not, I'm going to link it for you if you're interested in seeing how I made this. I used an old book cover, added my own spine, and then I embossed the front with this beautiful floral, although I think I pushed too hard and lost some of the fine details, but it's okay. I'm still considering putting a little phrase, like embossing a phrase here, but I haven't figured that out yet. Might emboss some numbers for 2024. Who knows? I added some book corners, and let's open her up. So this is, again, Smashbook inspired, so I have a coil that is glued in here. This text block is attached to a coil and glued in. I added some pockets to the front and the back. They're fabric. They're pretty big, and they match the spine and have some vintage trim on them. I think that I'm going to make this my intro, so stay tuned to see how I use this. And then here we go. This is a birthday card from my late mother-in-law, which I need to cover that up. where she wrote a little note for me. And then I just clipped this here. This is from a vintage antique magazine. And I just have some pieces clipped in. Beautiful paper. I like a lot of empty spaces in my journal, my personal journals, and I don't mind white space like this because I end up covering it. And I've just clipped in some things. I did try to match the pages so that they don't clash with each other. Paper bag that I cut down. This is super cute. I got this at a flea market. Another card, but this one is from our realtor when we bought our house. I've already done one spread, so I'll link that video as well. This is a trip to Galveston. I got a little ahead of myself and got real excited to play. Some Tim Holtz paper that has a little rip in it, but I think I can salvage that with some tape. Some vintage paper I was gifted. This is Worn Wallpaper by Tim Holtz. It's got a lovely texture. Clipped in a couple of other things. I really like this. Vintage book page. I added a clear sticky pocket to the front of this. This is a wallpaper pocket. It's a full-size wallpaper pocket, and I just added the sticky pocket to it. Another piece of worn wallpaper. This is a pocket that I made out of Tim Holtz paper, like a library pocket, a mini one, with a die that I have that I got from Temu, that I had just sitting in my stash. A postcard from one of our favorite places. I clipped this in. I love this paper. I'm gonna have to maybe make some or do something inspired by this paper because that's the only sheet I have, and I'm not even real sure where I got it from. So that is my new personal journal. I did not add book corners to the back. I don't usually. And I might add something here. I don't know yet. But I'm excited to continue working in this since I did already start. So there's my new personal journal. I did not do this part on camera, but I do have a video where I've done that, and so I will also link that for you. But stick around to see how this thing fills up. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.